Hello, today I will show you this 7-drawer chest that I made for myself a few years back, and I'll give you all the details, which are not few, so stay tuned to the end. The main feature of this drawer is the timber I used for making it. As you can see, it's a beautiful flamed cherry, and this came from 1 hour drive from my workshop. Actually, I was in touch with the forest managers of a very specific area where a few cherry trees had fallen because of the wind, and I bought the log myself and then I milled it. And much to my surprise, I discovered this beautiful pattern which I used in the 4mm fronts here. So as you can see, these are dovetail drawers, and these are through dovetails in the ash, but then it's veneered on top with 4mm of this cherry. This is a way to make the best use of this log, which was not too big, and it's a way to economize it. As you can see, there is a Cove molding all the way around the carcass, and this gives space for a finger recess underneath the drawer fronts. So I can reach in and open the drawer. I tried my best to achieve a good piston fit so they can be easily accessed and opened and closed without much difficulty, even from the side. So that's a good test for a properly fitting drawer. If I remove one of the drawers, you will better see the Cove molding here and how it meets at the miter at the end of this line of dovetails. In this simple looking piece, I think a small chamfer here has been quite successful, and it stands out and it adds a lot of detail and interest to the construction. So this is one of the features we will add in my new tool cabinet, which I'm going to be building for you in the membership. And the final version, first we'll make a full-size mock-up, but the final version will include this detail, and there will be 20 drawers underneath. So that's plenty of work for me to show you how to make something similar to this. And another interesting detail, if I turn this around, is this twin through wedged mortis and tenons. And these tenons join this stretcher here in a very strong mechanical way, providing structure to the whole carcass. While the others, to avoid having a long row of tenons on the side, I decided to make them with dowels, so they are housed and doweled in place. This is something Alan Peters would do very often in his furniture, and it's a strong joint still, but much more discreet, of course, and much easier to make. The larger drawers were made with slips and montins, and as you can see, these are quadrant slips, which are special for large drawers accommodating heavy loads. Not really needed in this case, but there's always a nice opportunity to try and do this kind of stuff. So I think that works very well, and you can see here my signature always the inside of the back component of the drawer. For the bottoms of the drawers, I used my favorite wood in drawer construction, which is a form of cypress. I can tell you exactly which one is it, but it gives this pinkish hue and it has a very pleasing smell, not so strong as cedar of Lebanon, and in my opinion a bit more refined, a bit more elegant. So smell is also a very important part of cabinet making, especially when you're making drawers. And you can see the grain is continuous across the two halves of this bottom. So as you can see, this is a fairly simple piece, and the main point of it is to showcase and highlight the nature of this timber, which is evolving in a very beautiful way. Cherry is one of the only timbers that will improve with age. With oxidation, it gets darker and richer, and it gets this kind of honey color, which I like very much. So this is it for today. I hope you found this interesting, and I hope you'll give us a like and subscribe to our channel if you want to support more explanations like this one. And remember, we have the membership as well to teach you how to make all of these things for yourself.